welcome to the Multiple Choice Podcast. And it's me, Randy, back again. So we got a beautiful panel for you. And I'm going to have them introduce themselves to you. Starting with
me. Hi, everyone. It's me again. Yes, you're going to get annoying. I'm going to get very annoying on this podcast. Hi, my name is Alana.
Awesome.
Do I have to do anything else? That's it, right? You can reach out to me on... I'm just kidding.
You see what happens? Go ahead.
Hey, everyone. I'm Tiffany, back again. You can find me on IG at It's Tiffany J.
Hey everyone, I'm Wayne, also known as AJ. Instagram is at AJ_SMG_.
Yeah, so we got a beautiful show lined up. Some, trending topics from the last couple of weeks and months. We're gonna start off with the first video.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Yes. Would you want me to open the door for you? Are you're recording me? Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant? Want to talk about it?
The only thing that I do know is that apparently he had reservations at another restaurant, but she was taking so long to get ready that they missed that reservation. So this was his backup plan. And no, I'm sorry, no, my bad, nothing. She's just concerned about it being a chain restaurant. No.
It's crazy.
I just think it was rude. Sorry, you can go ahead.
I was gonna say I didn't know that part.
Yeah,
because it wouldn't have been no video if if she was late for a reservation. I think, especially on the first date.
Yeah, she was an hour late.
Yeah, you're an hour late, and I took the time. I think the point that gets lost in this whole thing is the effort that it takes for, first of all, to get the date.
right.
To begin with, it takes effort, especially on the guy's part.
Yeah,
because women, y'all have to feel like you're comfortable. Feel like you're comfortable with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing that can happen to us is when you guys say yes just to get the number.
right.
So
That's true. That takes a lot of work.
That takes work. It takes work. Something one of my uncle told me. He said a woman knows within the first 10 seconds whether or not she's interested in you. Within the first 10, whether you're gonna get the number or whatever, because a lot of the
That's fact.
guys
I
that
wouldn't say
I don't know. Yeah,
I think
that's
it's 10
not,
seconds.
No, that's fact.
No,
I think that's about right.
no, that's not true.
Because the only reason why I say that is because if a guy approaches you the wrong way, you know immediately that ain't
you
it.
could approach me the right way and I'll still be like,
Yes,
because I'm always
exactly.
wary of everybody. You could look
Exactly.
good or not. It's just,
Okay, so you're an outlier then.
yeah.
Because you have your defense up. But I think for the average, I think he's right though. For average women, they probably do know that quick, because there's girls I don't even put no effort, and I'll be like, hey, what's your number? And they just give me a number. Like it all depends on the situation, and it depends on the girl.
Yeah.
So,
And maybe 10 seconds is an exaggeration,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, very quickly whether or not you're interested in this person. I feel like that. For women, I feel like that's what it is.
But
for
I
guys,
think-
it's easy.
I think that some of it, like a lot of different things factor in. Because I know some women that if you're 6'5", it doesn't matter what comes out your mouth.
True.
They're like, here's my number.
Crazy girl.
So the first 10 seconds, yes.
Yeah, a short guy's got to work overtime. So
damn. I need 3 more inches.
man,
I need 3 more inches.
I need a whole foot.
Oh my God.
Be like those guys wearing lifts in their shoes.
Which is crazy. I just discovered that.
Really?
I did not know guys put lifts in their
they
shoes.
do.
Yeah.
Do you know how, like, how much that would have helped me and when I
Oh my
cared
God.
years ago.
No.
Yeah, when I cared, I'm saying.
Oh, okay, you
Yeah,
don't care
years
no more.
ago. Yeah,
No,
when
this
I
guy
cared.
actually got the knee surgery.
Oh,
Yeah.
He said he didn't do it because of women, though.
He did.
I know. I
He
feel
did.
I feel that he
I don't
did.
care what he says. He did.
it's crazy. So, would you guys accept a date to the Cheesecake Factory? I know Tiffany said no off rip.
I did not say no. I would. I think for me that especially when it comes to a first date, there's so much that's involved in a first date, and I generally am not a huge fan of a full dinner as a first date, only because I know like if we've talked over the phone, if we text prior to the date, I just want to be sure that I'm comfortable with you. So if I'm going to spend the next 2 to 3 hours talking with you, having a conversation with you, I don't want it to be that in a place like I don't know. I think Cheesecake Factory
Is it because you
fine,
feel
though.
like a dinner means that the guy might want something in return?
Not necessarily. I just don't want to tie myself down to 2 to 3 hours of conversation of, being face to face with this person, and then 20 minutes in, I'm like, ooh, I'm not really vibing with him.
Well, that means just don't order your food that quickly.
but it doesn't it doesn't matter.
It'll just be like, I just want
right?
drinks.
It's like, hey, just order a couple of drinks first, and then
I'm not a drinker though, so it's just I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't think anything is wrong with the Cheesecake Factory being a first date. But what I do believe is that I think for the guys out there, I think you should tailor make your first date to the woman that you're taking out, because it does take a little bit of homework. If you're talking to somebody, you're interested in somebody that doesn't eat meat, and you don't find that out,
Oh, that's true.
you take her to a steakhouse. Well, I think you messed up.
The date's over by then.
That's on you.
Like, get some salad.
But I know that's not the actual point. But I don't think anything is wrong with Cheesecake Factory. I don't think anything is wrong with Starbucks coffee.
Yeah.
Because really, I think social media and entertainment has given this
False
picture,
sense.
this false picture of what dating is supposed to be, and it's affecting a lot of opinions where now normalcy is not so normal. It doesn't seem so normal in the dating pool right now.
Yeah. Everybody wants extravagant dates. You feel me? But people can't afford them, man. That's the thing. I mean, I think.
Well, we don't know people can't. Well,
You know.
yeah, in actuality, yes. But when you're seeing this on social media, you're thinking everybody has the fun to do it. And if you see even just 2 people doing it, you figure you deserve it and you want that same lifestyle. You want to be able to go out on expensive dates, just like the average looking girl that's on IG on a nice expensive date.
Yeah, and I don't think it's anything wrong with wanting that. I just think that when you make that, it's like this. Guys can be picky, also specifically when it comes to looks, especially when you're younger. But you mature, or should I say when you're immature. When you mature, you realize that some things that were so important to you based on what you've seen on social media is not that important to you. That's, so I don't know. I just think that personally, we've gotten this warped sense of what normal is now.
Well, it's a competing culture. So it's not even like you were fine with going to Cheesecake Factory, going to different places until you saw someone else on social media. So now you're competing with the other girls because you want to show, well, they're going out to this fancy place, so I can go there too. So I think it's just this competing culture to see who can get the man to do the most things for them. That's what to me it has become.
Yeah, because
so
it gives you bragging rights.
It gives you bragging rights. So
I
now
never thought of
everyone's taking pictures of the place that they went to and how much the bill was and how much the drinks were and all of this other stuff, because you want to be able to compete with the other people that you're seeing on IG And essentially breaking it down further, not to get too deep, but then that's what you're saying, that's what your worth is. So you're saying that, I'm going to associate my worth with how much the bill is going to be. Instead of saying I'm associate my worth with the quality of the man that I'm with and that we're having a good time, even if it's just a picnic at the park.
Yeah. It's crazy. But
Yeah, that was deep.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That was real.
It was a decent point.
Dang, Randy.
I'm about to say, I'm like, wait, you disagree?
I mean, I can't give you all your flowers now.
Randy's
Come on.
like, it's all right.
Yeah. No, it was a good point, but I mean, it is what it is, man. I think like with these dating podcasts and like, they show these subset of girls who wants all that stuff, but I think the average girl will take an average date. Like
100%. I agree with that.
And I think that's the question too. That video, is that type of woman in the minority?
Not anymore.
Because then if y'all don't believe that, then his point is not valid. Do y'all believe that's...
I could only go based on social media.
Yeah.
It's not like I know a lot of females, but based on social media, she's the average.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's scary.
That would be scary.
Yeah.
That's really
Very
scary.
I doubt it. That means we all couldn't get dates.
That's what I'm
then.
saying. But a lot of men aren't getting dates.
Well, it could be other things too, but I don't think she's like the average girl. First of all, she's not average looking, so she's definitely not the average girl.
She is average looking.
She's average looking.
You mean she's not above average?
She's below average.
Oh,
Oh.
She's not average
I
looking.
love your honesty.
I know, right?
Right.
She's not average looking, trust me.
Yeah. I want to know what average. Well, you know what? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm scared to ask you what.
Okay. All right.
I don't think she's average
I'll
looking.
feel you.
But at the same time, it's like, it's already a red flag if you're recording the date. Like, come on, you got me on live.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
disrespectful. He should have kicked her out.
The first date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
date.
Yeah, the first date.
Yeah. And he messed up. He should know that girl's always going to be late. So he should have told her the wrong
As
time.
a first date, though.
Yeah.
Nah.
You
Yeah.
shouldn't be late on the first date.
No, the
Nah.
girls are
No.
always late.
I think
That's
I
not
think
true. Not all women are late.
Not all women.
No.
Some, okay. But a majority. I'll say 51%.
on the first
Where are
date.
you basing these
Wait, wait.
statistics from?
We're talking about
That's random.
we're talking about the first date though.
I mean, dates in general. Like, first dates, yeah.
Dates in general, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if I've been dating you and
Yeah.
you're late, okay. But the first one where it's
He
supposed to be
wouldn't know.
How much
excitement.
late?
Right.
How much minutes are we considering late? Are we talking about?
I
on
mean,
the
an
dot?
hour is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yes.
hours.
That's
That's
completely
overboard.
ridiculous.
Yeah, hours ridiculous. But I would say.
I mean, 10, 15
10,
minutes.
yeah,
All right,
10
that's
to 15
average.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 to 15 minutes. That's
So that's still on time.
No, I knew he was going to say that.
nah.
That's your grace period.
You're on time when you're
Like,
early.
this is work. You get a 15
You
minute.
get a 15-minute grace period.
Oh man.
Yes.
I gotcha.
I mean, if it's flip, how long would you wait at a restaurant? How long would y'all wait at a restaurant or wherever?
I've
For a
waited
guy.
for men before.
Yeah.
I tend to give, honestly, more like 10 minutes is my limit. After 10 minutes, I do start getting a little annoyed. But, and especially if there's like no communication, if you're letting me know I'm in traffic or I left late or something like that, then I'm okay. But if there's no communication and you're showing up like 20 minutes late, I'm already annoyed.
Yeah.
I have no answer for that one because I don't know. I probably wouldn't go in the restaurant until he comes. I'm not sitting down
Not
yet.
sitting in.
Yeah, because I don't want to go in the restaurant and be embarrassed, okay?
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to wait and sit in the car. And if you're not coming, all right, I'll
that's fine.
talk to you another time.
Or like,
And then I'm not answering the
Hello?
phone the next day.
right.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Upstairs.
yeah. But what I don't know if
Yeah,
y'all
come
know,
on.
there was a follow-up interview with them too,
Mhm.
with the guy and the lady. And why I'm saying it's more women like
Last
that is because she actually said if her homegirls knew that she went to the Cheesecake Factory, it would be downhill from there because her friends are used to men taking them on expensive restaurants.
So
That's
that
that
goes
echo
back
chamber.
to that.
The echo chamber.
But that goes back to the
No.
point where it's bragging rights. Like
Exactly.
you're doing things for other, because that's when it gets into,
Exactly.
okay, you want to paint an image for your friends
Exactly.
and not necessarily what makes you
happy. Exactly.
and or maybe it is what makes you happy. What makes you happy is to hear your girls, oh, go ahead, girl. Oh, I knew it. Oh, he got this, or he did this.
I'm
for
gonna be
you.
real. I don't think she was really attracted to that guy. She was just giving him a chance.
Jerry,
Because had it have
come
been
in.
like
Open
a
the
dude
door.
that she thought was fine,
Yeah,
then
she good though.
she would have given him the opportunity.
Exactly.
Hi.
Welcome to the party, sir.
Tag team.
Wait, that wasn't it was supposed to be like cut or something.
Right.
Oh, y'all still filming? My bad.
You want to cut for a sec?
I'll say let's finish this segment.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's
Yeah,
finish
yeah,
this
yeah.
segment.
It
No
makes
problem.
sense because he was in mid thought. Sorry, Jerry. All right. Who's talking though?
He would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying that it goes back to the bragging rights thing
Mhm.
because, you know, you want approval from your homegirls
Mm-hmm.
with certain things. You know, guys, when we get a new girl, we show the Instagram. Oh, let me see her
Yeah.
Instagram. Let me
Right.
like, all right, you got a good one. I don't know
Yeah.
about y'all, but
Women
for
do
me,
that
it was
too.
you had to bring the girl to the barbershop.
Oh, no.
And if they're like,
I
yo,
remember those
yes,
days.
Yes, trust me, yes. Because in the bar, you know, because it's a, you know, they'll tell you like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, you know, you did your thing or whatever,
Yeah.
you know. But with you guys, it seems like it's. I'm not saying all of
Right.
you guys. I'm not trying to paint y'all with a broad stroke,
Mhm.
but it's the material things,
Monetary.
you know,
Yeah.
monetary
Mhm.
things.
Mhm.
You know, where did he take you? Oh, Ruth Chris on the first date.
Right.
Ooh,
Dang.
girl.
That's a high bar. That means he can't take you anywhere less than that.
Exactly.
From
That's why
that
you gotta
point
start
forward.
low.
Yeah.
You gotta start low. But yeah. Um what else can I say about this? But yeah, I mean that
What would you do? I'm gonna ask y'all if a woman did that on the first date.
it's a wrap. It's over.
Would you take her home?
One, are you getting past the being
Huh?
1 hour
Right.
late because you were already at her house?
1 hour.
Yeah.
I couldn't get past the lateness.
Yeah. I mean
That's-
Couldn't. So you just be
No.
like, all right, I'll hit you up another time.
No,
And leave?
that's probably it. We probably wouldn't talk after that. I would probably say, hey, you
depends how
know,
hot she is though.
it,
He's
no,
right.
no, it doesn't matter. That part for me, she can be past a dime, and if I'm not talking about, if we're talking about you're an hour late, and there's minimal communication, or you don't have a valid excuse. Why am I gonna waste my time? You just don't respect me.
Mm.
That's how I take it.
Mhm.
I think that if you
Even
really
on the first
interested,
date, though?
even on the first day, I feel like if you're really interested in me, number one, you'll be on time.
Mm.
Things happen,
Mm.
and if something happens, something comes up. Okay, well, how you let me know that matters also.
Right.
If we scheduled at 6 for a date and I don't hear from you till 7:15,
Mhm.
come on, I feel like that's disrespect.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree it's disrespect. But again, like it
Or you're
depends.
uninterested.
Yeah, it depends how hot she is because at the end of the day, some of these girls like they're used to doing these things to other people and no one has checked them. So I would have to see if that's the case with her, if this is her usual habits.
That's us.
Mm.
Yeah.
But isn't that how we get caught up in the stuff a lot of us guys get
Yeah.
caught up in? Because we're like, okay, well, maybe nobody checked her. Maybe I'm going to be different. What's going to make you different from changing her behavior?
Yeah.
Right.
It's
So
not going to
real.
be different.
Especially if she's a dime, she's not checking.
Exactly.
Right.
She's used to getting her way. She's
Yeah.
used
Find
to
out,
guys eating out of her hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not going to be anything different. You're just going to be the taller one. Or the or the guy with the dreads, or the guy with the flower shirt. You're just going to be a different guy.
Hey.
It's just going to be okay. How much can I? You know, like I'm crazy with these analogies, but like a washcloth. You know, you wring out
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
that
saying,
water. How much can she do that? How
Wring
much
out,
water
right.
could she get out that washcloth?
And that onto that.
And you
Yeah.
can't give them that opportunity.
That's true, but at the same time, like I said, it all depends because sometimes, you know, like I said, it could be part of her personality to just be late. I mean, like like Haitian culture, like we already know. Like my aunt, like boy, she's never on time for anything, boy. Nothing. Like my mom used to always joke around. She was like, she'll be late for her own funeral. Like that's like, she was even late for her own wedding. Like she's never on time. So it could be like a situation like that. But at the same time, like we're vibing on the phone, and you know, this girl seems like she's gonna be possibly the one. You don't want to miss an opportunity based on that.
But are we talking about you're late and you're letting me know, as opposed to you're late and I hear nothing from you?
Yeah.
I think that, because yes, I think that's I mean, we're getting into nuances here, but I think that matters, because you're 100% right. You know, even as you were talking, I thought, okay, well, maybe I should make it a little clearer. If it's somebody that I did vibe with, and I feel like we have a connection, and I feel like, you know, our conversations were dope, all of that stuff, and you're an hour late, I feel like that little relationship that we did build, that, you know, little connection that we did build, you will have enough decency to let me know, listen, something happened. I'm going to be about an hour or so late. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you let me know something happened, or I overslept, or, you know, my nail appointment got moved back, whatever it is. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
But at least you communicated that with me.
Right.
I'm speaking from the vantage point that I'm not hearing anything from you.
I mean, if I'm not hearing anything, it's like 30 minutes, I'm gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, I should have made that clear, but that's what I'm getting at.
Dipset, like,
yeah, I'm gone. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting an hour.
It's crazy. But yeah, like, we'll see, man. All right. You got any more questions up your sleeve? You don't have any sleeves.
No, we could drop her. I mean, I'm curious so let's say, because you said if she didn't communicate with you, in her situation, I believe she was still working. So she was still wrapping up work, right? Which is fine. I feel like that's a reasonable excuse. We all get tied up in work. We're past that now. I see the face. We're past that now.
No.
Now you took her out. At what point, per the video, would you be like, nah, I can't do this anymore? Would you still, so let's say she's like, I don't want to do Cheesecake Factory. Are you then going to go, okay, let me take her somewhere else, and this is going to be the last date? Or in his situation, he took her back home.
Yeah.
I'm taking you home.
Yeah, if it's like the same exact situation.
Yeah, I got to take you home, because at that point, I think it's too much that built up.
Yeah.
And
disrespect.
And you know, I say that, and I'm really, really a nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm like textbook nice guy, but nice gets you nowhere. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna. I would literally be thinking to myself, no, I can't take you out, because I have to have respect for myself first.
Exactly.
So in that exact same scenario, and we got to that point, and she's like, no, I'm not going to Cheesecake Factory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where you going home?
Yeah. I mean, I would ask some probing questions like why you don't want to go.
It's not important.
Yeah. No, I mean, to me, it could be. It could be like,
maybe because you're very inquisitive.
Randy, I don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory because it's beneath me.
Okay, then.
Then what next?
So let's go to the crib now. Go to your crib.
Go to my crib.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do anything. And I'm hungry.
I'm dropping you
And
off.
I'm hungry.
I was about to say, what? I was confused for a second. You saw me. I was like, what? But yeah, I'm taking you home. I'm not taking you to. I'm not taking you nowhere else. I don't want to know why either. I don't. Oh, you don't want to go? Oh, you don't want to get out the car? And you're an hour late? And you're recording me?
Yeah. Oh, that recording shit was like.
And maybe because that's, you know, I'm a little older, so it's like stuff like that. I have zero tolerance for. Maybe 10 or so years ago. Yeah. I'll probably be a little bit more understanding, but now, no.
No, I can't be recording. I'm like, hell no, take that camera down, boy. I don't even let random people on the street record me. Gonna let you record.
No, like for YouTube videos.
Nah, yeah, like every people like recording the scenery, I just like, yo, get me out the camera. Like I just don't want to be in people's like recordings.
I feel you.
Yeah.
That makes it tough when you're trying to do a podcast, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, hey, I'm a YouTuber, and then this person goes like this.
Right.
Anyway, it's a different topic. That's why it's hard for me to do my camera stuff outside because I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I think we beaten this topic enough.
Beat it up over the head.
Yeah. So Wayne, appreciate you.
Nah, of course. Of course.
We're gonna let the man Jerry come in. Yeah.
He hit you for this one.
Yeah.
He might circle the block though. He was
Yeah.
I got a few things to talk about.
Yeah. He was like, oh, wait a minute.
Damn, Jerry, you just like her, man. You late. You didn't give me no notification. You ain't text me, bro.
You ain't text me.
All right. So Wayne blessed us with his presence. We're gonna have Jerry, who was supposed to be here originally.
My bad.
Take his original spot. Jerry, go ahead.
All right, so so my name is Jerry. Instagram handle is Kingsire305. I play like a lot of professional sports.
You look like it.
And
I'm not a football player.
And then between that and just like I was like heavy in the Bible growing up as a kid. So like I look at things in a whole different lens. And then between like that and just just like my lifestyle, like I'm not really on what like everybody's on. So I always look at things in a different like layer. So that's what you get from me when you listen to me. So
that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just gonna jump into that next topic. This is topics Tiffany suggested: men doing the minimum dates, like going to bar. Unpack that for me.
Okay. So this is a conversation that I've had with my friends very often. And my opinion is unpopular because I think that, as Wayne said earlier, you curtail the date to the person that you're talking to. I don't think it should be a one size fit all. So
why don't you think that?
Because it doesn't make it special. It doesn't show that you're putting in any effort. You're not putting in any thought to what you're doing. So if you're taking the same person out to the same place every single time you have a first date, then, what does that say about me? It doesn't say that you're thinking about my likes, my dislikes. It just doesn't. So if you're used to taking every girl out to a certain bar, the first date, then like I don't understand that. I'm not a drinker, heavily at all. So if I'm not one that likes to go out to bars, then curtail your date to fit something that we can do together, that we can enjoy together, not what you're used to doing every single time.
So minimal effort is what? Doing the same date for every girl? That's what you're trying to get at? Yeah,
just not putting in any thought into it.
What if it's a thoughtful date, but I just keep reusing it? Like,
you think it's a thoughtful date?
Oh,
there was this guy.
He gonna out somebody.
I don't know. I don't know personally. I saw it on YouTube, but this guy, he had a date and he used it on two different girls. Right, the date was basically they were doing painting with a twist at his crib. Right, he bought the canvas. He bought the alcohol and stuff like that. He bought them a little white tee so they don't get their t-shirts messed up. And he brought that old Polaroid camera to make memories. And the girl said it was a thoughtful date. And she really liked it. And he repackaged that date, did it to another girl, and she liked that date as well. But come to find out, they ended up being friends.
Oh no! Oh damn!
Oh Lord!
Yeah.
I think it'll be hard though. I know what you're saying, but I think it would You being the woman that he takes out, how would you even know that he's taking multiple girls on that same date? Are you asking that question?
I'm not asking that question. I think my point is, if we're having a conversation and you hear me say, like, yeah, no, I'm not a heavy drinker at all, and then we plan a first date and you're taking me to a bar, that's when I'm just like, well, if I'm telling you that, you know, I'm not really about this, why are you taking me here? So my thought process is, this is what you're used to doing.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not like I'm like, so do you take other women here? Is this your go-to? Like, I'm not saying none of that, but
better not take me anywhere. Like take every girl to the same spot.
No.
That's
or
why,
different spots.
That's why Cheesecake Factory is such a even kill situation. You know what I mean? So going back to that, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, eventually there's going to be spots. There's not going to be enough spots to go through if you have to take a girl to a different spot each time.
But it's curtailing. And I will say it goes both ways because I'm about being fair. So it goes both ways as well, because I do think women should take men on dates as well once you get into the relationship. Yes, 100%.
She's not saying first date, though.
No, when you get into a relationship.
I'm just saying she's not saying first date.
Thank you, Alana, for clarifying, because that is not what I am saying.
You got excited like,
right. That is not what I'm saying.
Okay, first date.
I was like,
No. Once you get into the relationship. But I think it's just about, you know, putting the effort into it, you know? Just, if you're not putting effort into a first date, then how am I going to really understand that, you know, you're vibing with me or that you're interested or anything like that?
No, I hear you.
You know?
I mean, like, how do you determine what effort is? Is it like, because it could be I'm putting effort, but that's how I perceive effort. Like, maybe like,
it's your perception.
Yeah, like,
which is fair.
I think, walking on the beach, having a picnic at the beach is effort, right? But some girls may say, no, that's a cheap date. I need you to spend a little bit more on me. So,
but that's like the money factor. That's what gets me. You know, for me, like, if I say I like to drink coffee and we're doing a coffee date, then that's okay with me. It's just about like listening to the person that you're wanting to get to know better. If you're not listening and you're taking me somewhere on a first date and it's proven like you didn't hear anything that I said, then there's no reason to go any further.
Took you every place that you didn't like.
There's no reason.
So here's a thought. Have you ever thought like as a woman, have you ever thought like a dude just like will ask you out to go on a date just for him?
What do you mean?
For him to do a
right?
Exactly. We don't know where she at. like for real. Like I've gone on dates and I'm like, yo, or I'll go to a place and I'll be like, oh no, I got to take so and so here because I just know that the vibe and the chemistry in this space is like perfect. Like that you got a Jamaican chick and you're like, oh man, let's go to Junkanoo. Like easy. Like that's a good energy, and it's not even about. You know, like master, you know what I mean? It's not really about you. It's about like, yo, like, how do I feel? Yeah. Like, I'm paying for the experience. So I'll break bread for that because I know that you're good energy. You know, I feel like a lot of times, like, women be like, yo, I want to get like 5-star this, 5-star that. But you may not be good energy for me to even take you there. Yeah, so I don't even want to take you there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want, like, Power 112 is my favorite restaurant. But I ain't taking everybody there. I ain't taking everybody there. And it's not because I don't want to do it. It's just because, like, I just know that if I take you and you don't act right, you're going to mess up that restaurant for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's a thought. I'm a foodie, though. So
yeah, he is.
No, I can definitely get with that. But it's still, you're doing that based off of the personality of that person. So
the constant conversations that you've had with that person.
Exactly.
I mean, I think for a first date, you shouldn't have a lot of expectation because, like, the first date is like me and you trying to get to know each other. So, like,
it's an interview.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have just a slight expectation. I don't want to go to your your house. Is a zero.
Yeah. That's some facts.
Zero.
Yeah.
That's some facts.
If you invite me to your house, no, that's it.
That's
my house is next to the restaurant.
Nah.
Absolutely not.
Guys, do not take any girl you just met to your crib. She might be crazy.
And for her.
She might be crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
She might be crazy. All right, cool. True. Y'all had a great moment. it was beautiful, and then you like, yo, but
Yeah, if she says yes, you gotta think about
but
that.
exactly. If she don't want to stop, like if she don't want to stop seeing you, that could happen, bro.
Yeah.
This happened.
Okay, I feel you on the.
He got a story to tell.
This happened. There's a few.
Yikes.
You know what I mean? So, it's Miami though.
Yeah,
I'm a
of
Miami
course.
baby.
I get you. All right, the house is off the table.
Completely off.
No go.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, for the first date, like, if I'm taking you out, like, I'm gonna listen to what you want, but 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be a place that I want to go to because I'm spending the money, and it's not an arrogant thing. It's just like, hey, I'm comfortable in this space. I want to go to this space.
But you also have to take your date into consideration. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But you
Right.
need to take it. Yeah, because what if
That's true. No, you
No,
right.
what if
not-
I'm a vegan? You know what I
I'm
mean?
not gonna take you. I don't like dinner dates. But if you're vegan, I'm gonna take you to a vegan place. Like, but at
Do
the
you
same
like
time,
vegan places?
I don't.
So then how is this
You would
going
have
to
to
work?
find a
Yeah,
compromise.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
If we're gonna eat,
Mhm.
but at the same time, like I said, I like to do activities, so I'm not gonna go out eating.
Activity. What if I
What
hate
kind of
outside? And this is
activity?
me. I hate outside.
If you hate
I
outside,
cannot do the sun.
Then we're not
Compatible.
compatible. Then that's
Okay.
you just eliminating yourself.
So you don't do dinner dates at all?
I mean, I don't like doing them. I've
Okay.
done them before, but
As
I
a
go-
first date or in
Don't tell on
general?
yourself, really.
Women love
just-
food.
yeah.
I've never heard that.
I always go to a place that I like. Like I said, like if she doesn't like it,
Like the park and running because you love running.
oh no, I don't take no girl out running. If that was the first date, that would be cool. Then I was like, oh yeah, you.
No, this
I'm
one
gonna just
girls
get
that-
on one knee right now, like.
You see this?
like God, you sent me the right person, man. But no, like I said, it's just me personally. I just like doing things that I like. Yeah, I'm gonna take your thing into consideration. You know, I'm not gonna take you like someplace crazy. Like if you don't like, I don't know what's a good
Seafood.
seafood. Well,
And you're allergic.
I'm not
That's
taking
Right.
let's take restaurant out because he doesn't do restaurant.
Right.
So
Oh.
if I don't like the what's the place that's I don't know. Like if I don't want to go camping on a first date, hiking.
I would never go camping on a girl first
Hiking?
date. That's similar to like hiking.
paintball.
Hiking.
Hiking is a vibe I hear.
It's too
Yeah.
hot.
It's for me.
I never done hiking, so I
Oh, okay.
couldn't really say.
Damn.
But an activity would be like bowling, like
Yeah.
what we did
okay,
last
bowling
night.
is
Like
a cool.
we'll do
first
like
date.
something like that, bowling or the real painting with a twist, like
Okay,
place or
okay.
something like
I feel
that.
you.
Like those type of activities are neutral, at least to me. Like
yeah.
people, you're gonna want to do them. Like
Mhm.
so. When you say into consideration, yeah, I'm gonna take your whatever you think into consideration. But if I already have it in my mind that I'm gonna take this girl to like painting with a twist, that's where we're going. Like that's
Yeah, you're the one paying, so hey,
yeah. Like
it is what it is.
if you say you don't like painting, like well, let's give it a try. Like it's,
Not let's give it a try.
you always want to
Oh my God.
things, but yeah, like then like okay, if we've been on a couple of dates, then I'm like okay, what you like to do, where you want to go, then I'll pick a spot that I think you want to go to. But at the same time, it's like bro, like if we're trying to get to know each other, the best spot would be a spot that I feel comfortable in.
Mm.
For me at least, then hopefully you feel comfortable in that spot so I can just be myself, and that's how I'm always really, really thinking because, again, it's me.
It makes sense. I get it.
Yeah.
I think it's important for you to always be you. Like I feel like we in a space now that like everybody in like on IG and they looking at everybody's lives and they painting pictures of stuff that ain't really
Yeah.
there. Like I'm looking at people on dates. I'm like half the time, no shot females. Like I love y'all, but y'all be like in your camera or your phone the
Yeah.
whole time, and homeboy's not even experiencing the date with you,
Mhm.
right? And so I feel like people are just caught up in like trying to make stuff look a particular way and not really like listen to like how they feel like internally. You know what I mean? Because it's like internally for me is like a good day is just like vibe on the beach. You don't like outside, but maybe I'll drop a tent.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like we can
Mhm.
start doing
See.
stuff like that.
You
You know what I mean?
Right there.
But you got to think about it. Like you got to
Yeah.
think about it outside the box. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And to your point, right? So you got to consider the person you dating. And so nothing. If you're an authentic person, nothing should be generic. That's just real.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like nothing should be generic. You should always be coming through and be like, all right, yo, this is what I'm gonna do for shorty because and then next thing you know, it comes natural. But when people are just trying to like play the fads, it's like you know what it is. It's like when you go out and you like get that big Gucci shirt that's like nasty, and then there's somebody come through it's like $5 stuff looking fly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just like that's what it is. You know, So I don't know, and I feel like too many people come out here and they like trying to chase bags. This is Miami, so it's like it's what
do you
we
mean
do.
chasing bags?
Chasing,
It's the
you know,
bag.
you know how it is. Like
I'm
they
chasing a bag. I'm trying to get
nah,
paid.
that's not what I mean though. Like on dates, they be trying to chase
Yes.
bag on dates. They like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
bet I'm gonna go out. Y'all seen that joint where shorty like
The oysters,
the
right?
oyster joint?
Oh my
yeah.
Could not
That shit was
believe
crazy.
That was funny.
dog.
Yo, hey, homeboy did it like a G.
No,
though,
but
ain't gonna
I was,
lie.
I was
He
so
did.
proud of him.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe
You know
it.
And
what I
if
mean?
you looked at the chick's IG page, man, without makeup, she's like,
Nothing.
No,
Dog.
on it. Even with makeup.
Nothing.
yeah,
That girl
she
was
was
in.
like,
I ain't saying that. I don't know how shorty look, but I'm just saying. I'm guessing that's what she's saying.
nah, yeah, bro, without makeup, like, I mean, like, I'm like, damn, like, really? Like, come on.
So how much would you guys pay? What is your budget for a first date? And do you expect the woman to contribute?
My budget.
Nah.
It depends.
Mm.
It depends.
You would depend. It depends on if you want the woman to contribute.
No.
Oh, okay.
Your-
it
your
depends.
budget.
It depends on the
Budget.
budget.
Okay.
Okay.
Cause like, yo, like,
I know you dropped a couple racks on a date, dog.
Really?
That smile says
Don't-
yes.
Yeah, it certainly does.
America,
Yo,
don't let him lie to
listen,
you.
you already put out your handle. These girls will be like, hey.
Nah. So, but like I think it just depends. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly like women are like special, right? Like women are like
Don't
women.
say special, man.
No, I'm saying like women are like are unique. Is a unique energy. Like
Yeah.
feminine energy is unique energy, and so like as men, we have this thing where we want to be like, point A, point B, right?
Yeah.
So like the women that come in our lives, a lot of times, depending on how masculine you are in your energy, like they are the complete opposite, right? Opposite
Agent of
attract,
Chaos.
right? The yin and yang, right?
Mhm.
So the woman should be like lively. You know what I'm saying? They were supposed to be able to get you out of your comfort zone to kind of start really living, right? Women is life, Gaia, Earth, like that's that energy. So it's like when you start mixing, how does this work, right? Because if I'm on some like out in the street stuff, like I know a bunch of girls that be like, yo, I don't want my man out in the streets. Like if you're not making bread, you shouldn't be out in the street. You see what I'm saying? So it's like if you out in the street and I'm out in the street, then what we really doing? You know what I mean?
I agree.
So there's certain opposites that need to be there in order for relationships to work. Because and if you don't respect those energies, then what are we doing?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But back to her question, though.
Back to a question. So what I'm saying is, if I can meet a girl
yeah.
and like the energy is on point, yo, we can go anywhere, yo. Let's go to a cruise next week. Like we can do
Hold
that.
on, let's
Listen.
just leave it
No,
to the first
let
date.
him continue. I want to hear this.
No,
No, real talk though.
no,
because-
let's talk about the first date.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, that's what it could be.
You can, damn, bro.
That's
Wow.
what it could
So
be.
it's all about the energy.
Listen,
It's all about
y'all
the
better
messing up the
rewind this
game
and
for
get
me,
his
bro.
handle.
Like, what's good?
It's some real stuff. No,
DMs
be
about to
honest.
be lit.
Bro, okay. Think about it this way, bro. How many times that you seen like how many times you had like a let's say like a processor or something that you wanted to buy? You save money to buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
so like you throwing
Agreed.
up like at least 250, 500. You could probably do that for something that you really, really want.
I agree.
So now the idea is is that girl something that you really, really want? And then hold up, the other side of the coin is she putting out that energy that he really, really want?
I agree with you on the premise, but if it's a perfect world, I would agree. But
Right.
we live in an imperfect world.
I know that.
So
But this is the
You know he's
honesty of it all.
analytical.
yeah, like because let's say you meet the girl with the energy. Girls can fake that too. Like
That
and
is true.
yeah,
Facts.
and I take you on a
Facts.
cruise.
Thank you.
I gave you that
Get your
bag.
money's worth on me.
Yeah.
Get your money's worth. That's
I know,
what I'm
right?
saying.
And like it doesn't work out. I mean, like, damn, like God would have to stop me from throwing you off the cruise, man. Like,
I mean, but that's the thing, and I feel like too often, like when we start talking about dating,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously this is not a safe. It's really not a safe space, right? Because you don't really know people, but like that's really what it should be like. Like
It
I
should be like
I
that.
should be able to
I
just
agree.
take your energy, figure out what I want to do with it, and if I rock, then like cool, like you know what I mean. And but we have all these like
motives and underlying
masking,
yeah,
if you will,
Yeah.
that goes on, and then it's like, well, I'm reading you away, you reading me away, and it may not really be what it is,
yeah.
right? But that's just what we on because you know this is the dating life. Like America has become Miami. Like everybody, like yo, like it's crazy. Like I left Texas, I left Miami to go to Texas,
Same thing.
where did you go?
No, I'm asking.
Oh,
The
yeah.
same thing.
Nah,
same
it
energy?
wasn't. It was different. It was different for the first 2 years, and then City Girls came out, and that shit got real different. That shit got real different, real quick. So I'm like looking at girls, and they trying to do
spread like roaches, boy.
Bro, listen, they doing all the stuff we do down here, and I'm like, I'm from Miami. You know, I peeped that. Like you trying to their finesse game. Like yo, you trying to finesse dudes like right now. Like we just met. Like, I'm like,
We just met.
we just met. Like, yeah. So like, you know, I used to work at a bank. B, check this out. I had a story. I used to work at a bank, right? And I'll meet women all the time, right? And like one in the like crazy moments where I like ask a girl or talk to a girl, and it be something outside of just like the bank. Like I met this one girl, cool. She liked my energy. She wanted to get my number. I gave it to her, right? I was like, no pressure, whatever. I swear to you, it wasn't even like the next day. Like she hit me up like that same night, like at 8 or 9 o'clock. Hey, like, can you send me some? Like, what?
Really?
No.
What?
Yeah.
But that's what they on.
That's a test.
That's what I was 35 then, ish, I think. So,
Wow.
but Shorty was like 24, 22. That's what they on. So it's like the atmosphere and everything has changed.
Yeah.
And it's weird to me because it's like a lot of, like I said, like girls, they be want to do with a certain kind of money. All right, so let's think about this. Let's just debunk this whole conversation right now. If your man's making, let's say 500,000, right?
A year.
A year. Right? The dude that you talking to, buddy's making 500,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you working? And I'm busy. I'm a very busy man. I make 500,000 a year. Why are you working? We together, but why are you working?
Is he
Because you
asking
don't
me
wanna-
why?
Because
I mean, think about it.
are you married? Because
We
his money
married.
is still his money.
Let's say we married. That's what I'm saying. Like girls want like the bag and that kind of concept. If me or you are married, I make 500,000. I'm super busy. I'm super ambitious. Like,
Yeah.
what? Why I need you working for? I need you.
You don't
available.
need me working, but
I
maybe
need you available. Because when I'm just telling you from, because like then you gotta look at it.
that's you though. But some men that make 500,000 probably still want their woman to work, so they're not dependent on them for anything.
I'll say
Listen.
for me, that's a turn off for me.
Listen.
It is.
Listen. I'm just thinking of it in
To have to work?
No, for a man to say, I don't want you to work.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I like to
tell
work.
me.
Right.
Damn it.
Right, but think, no, because I understand.
God, I'm waiting for my opportunity.
Listen. I get it. I'm not saying. I'm saying I get it. So you know, like I'm just saying, like in that aspect of, you know, the guy that's super busy, you know, and these are the types of dudes that, you know, women want, I guess, you know, in the whatever. So you got to understand, like where, like you got to understand relationships from a business point of view. Right? Like I have certain needs that need to be met. You have certain needs, you know what I'm saying? Like, and these things won't buy, like a product won't move unless you meet the expectation of the consumer. Right? So start looking at dudes and like as a consumer, just like how men look at y'all as consumers. She needs to have so I'll make sure I have these things in order. So when I come to you, I'm like, yo, I got my shit together, and you understand, like I'm for real. Vice versa. It gotta be the same way. So if you think that you want to be able to have certain kinds of money, or you want to create your own business or do your own thing and be super busy just like him, if he's the type, you got to consider the type of person that what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
If he's the type of person that's super, super busy, he don't want you super busy too.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because it ain't going to work. He's going to be like, okay, these are smart people, right? Like typically these are people who are making like, you know what I mean? Like, like, you know, like a doctor makes a, you know, depending on where you at, it's going to make about 500,000. I don't need you to be out here, be super, super busy with 5 different jobs. Like, I need you to be available. Oh, I want to have kids. Yo, I need you available for my kids. Yeah. Availability becomes a big factor, right?
I mean, I definitely get it. That's why you need to know the type of person that you're hooking up with
1,000%.
and that you're linking up with. But for me, like, I find it attractive when we are both working towards our goals together. Like, I'm an ambitious person.
But if he's financially stable, 100%.
It's my own thing, and that's what I need him to respect about me. Like, I need to feel that I have my own. I need to feel that I am able to have the autonomy to work if I want to work. If I don't want to work some days, then let me not work some days. Right. But for him to be like, nah, like, I make enough money, you can quit your job or quit your job, have my kids, like, et cetera, et cetera. Right. That part for me is a bit of a turnoff. We can come up with a compromise.
So let me ask you a question.
I was going to ask her a question too, but you
go ahead. You want to go
I was going to say, do you feel that way because something underlying in you feels like you can't 100% trust that he has your back?
No, absolutely not. I think it's really my personality. It's how I'm built. It's what I'm set up for. I have my own aspirations and goals and dreams. And not to knock anyone that for their aspirations to be a housewife. Like, I respect that. And maybe I will come to a point in time in my life where that's what I want to do too. But currently, that's not how I want to be.
I hear you. So again, like, and the reason why I preference this is because a lot of girls don't even want to even go on the first date unless certain things are in order, right? Right. So like, if you like out here like trying to date a guy and those are your criterias, you have to understand the conditionings or the conditions that guy also might be in mentally. You know what I mean? Because the dude be like, yo, I don't need you to be working, right? But that be something that you might want to do. So to me, like, I'm a person where like I think everybody has purpose. So it may not have to make a lot of money, but you still need to be in your purpose.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like people like we in Miami, right? So people sell their souls out here for like you know, I was gonna say something, but it's not PC. But but you know what I'm saying? Like but like, so when we doing this and we like in these like moments and situations and we see all this going on, it's like we have to really, really understand, like, okay, like what am I getting into? You know what I'm saying? Like what is really gonna work for me? Because if I'm a person and I want to be in my purpose, and I want to, you know, if your purpose is just making a whole bunch of money, is that gonna coincide with what this person is currently doing and making? You know what I mean? Because if you make 100,000, that's great money, shorty. I make 5. Right. I'm saying, like, before tax.
I need to I need to move the conversation along, guys. Yeah, I just want to hit on these last 2 things because we don't have a lot of time. Okay. Matt, can you play Asset 1?
And him about the first restaurant he gonna take you to. What's the last restaurant your daddy took you to? Because you shouldn't be coming to him to be your daddy.
Homeboy one of the last.
That's not his role. It's a first date. I want y'all to bring that down to level 3. Y'all way on 10 with this foolishness and want to embarrass somebody. My second question is, have you ever been anywhere? Where do you take yourself? Let me see your checkbook registry. Let me log into your bank account and see what you feed yourself on a regular basis. Where do you take yourself for lunch or dinner? That's the next question I want you to answer. And then the third thing about this, come on back over here because I need you to understand what time it is. A real lady is gonna be there for the purpose of what it's for. She's not looking for food because she's hungry that she can't afford, so she can take it to go and get a doggy bag.
That's low
I'm
energy.
gonna wrap this up to go. Why? You ain't gonna have food tomorrow? That's a poverty mindset.
Facts. Low energy.
Yeah.
So a first date, again, is to get to know the person, to hang out, have fun.
Buddy,
Y'all should
dying.
be laughing and talking. It don't need to be a steakhouse.
Facts.
We don't even know if you worth a steak. You might just be
is.
worth a piece of bread.
All right.
It might be worth a damn
Just
chopstick.
cut it.
Young ladies, grow up.
Chopstick.
All right. Just gotta move through this.
Distilled water, the pipe water.
Gotcha. So, Alana, you wanted to talk about this.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, girl.
So if y'all noticed, I was a mama and a son.
Yeah.
I am 1000% on the mom side. And the reason why I say that is because I have a kid. Okay. A boy child. And I find it very disheartening, even for women with children that have boy children, that they would want their son to go out there and use their last dollar to freaking pay for all these chicks' meals and their rent and their groceries. Because I know for me, I tell my son all the time, you are not like we have these conversations because he's a teenager, he's older. So I'm like, tell me about the girl. He'll tell me about the girl, and I'll say, okay, no, you're not going out with her because she wants ABC. She probably wants you to go and buy like her teddy bear. I don't know. This is teenager, so it's not like he can take her to dinner. But I refuse for my kid to be a simp out on these streets, paying for these broads to do every and anything. Not my kid. And if you're a mom and you have a boy child and you like have this notion that men need to do all of this for their girl or potential girl or just a broad on the street, that's very disheartening to me. You probably don't love your son as much as you think you do, because no mom would preach that for their son to do that. I don't care what it is. They just wouldn't. And I'm not, like I said, I don't want my son out here on these streets being a simp, because no girl, I don't want no woman taking advantage of my son at all.
Gotcha.
It only get real when you have that kid.
Yeah.
Right, but there are some women that have boy children and they have this same mentality, and that makes me livid, actually.
So what I feel like is that there's a gap in humanity in this, right? When you start talking about relationships, like y'all don't ever think that like you know what I mean? Like for the women that either have kids or don't have kids that are boys, like there's a gap in the humanity in this, because like when the shoe is on the other foot,
right?
Life look different now, like
Right.
you know what I mean. So it's like this stuff is just crazy, man.
It's like how do you feel comfortable treating somebody else's son in this manner?
And you have one,
and you
It's not yours.
have one.
Yeah, that's the thing. No one loves your
But that's
child
somebody
more than you
else's
do.
son. So now it's like the cycle is just continuing.
Continuous.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's how it is, though. Anything else on this one? Because I want to jump to the next one.
Go ahead.
On the last, because we don't have a lot of time.
Time moved that fast.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Really? It felt like we were here like 30 minutes.
He's time lord. He makes time go quick, man.
Who, me?
No, I'm joking, bro. As soon as you came, man, time started speeding up. Man.
Damn. No, it really does feel like it's 30, 40 minutes.
All right, but that's crazy. Let's jump into this, because I think this one will be like a
good finisher.
Yeah, I didn't really get through all my list.
It's okay. It happens.
Part 2.
Well, yeah, we
I don't know about part 2 now.
We added to the next. This podcast gonna blow up. We're gonna get to the next.
Yes.
But yeah, Matt, asset 2.
I'm sorry if I'm masculine, but I've been forced to be masculine. When I was married, or when I was in my past relationships, and a man didn't wear the pants, I had to take off my skirt and put the pants in the relationship. If a man can't show up and can't be a man and an alpha, then guess what? A woman has to be that alpha. So a lot of men in my life forced me to wear the pants because they had their skirts on. And this is what people don't understand, that when I have been forced to be masculine by men who were not alphas, and I had to show up for the family, and I had to pay the rent, the food, everything, I had to. When a woman is in a relationship where the man doesn't show up, she has to put the pants on. So I'm sorry if I'm masculine, but I've been forced to be masculine. Show me an alpha man that is in his true alpha, not in his wounded masculine, but his full-on masculine, and watch me become a sweet, soft little girl. I need a man that is fully in his energy, masculine energy, And when a man gives that woman that feeling, that safety, that energy, that love, you can feel it. Then a woman deassembles her masculine energy and she falls into her feminine and she becomes a child with that man. But sadly, I have not met those.
All
Well, look at her face. Boy. You ended it on that.
I disagree
ladies.
so much.
Oh, you disagree?
I disagree.
Wow.
Someone sent me that video too.
Yeah.
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 I disagree so
what-
much.
How you feel about it?
I think there's a balance. I don't think, granted, there are some men sometimes the woman has to step up. Why? 'Cause
What do you
I've
mean
been there.
step up?
Like, now I'm just speaking financially.
Okay.
Step up financially, right? Get all your affairs in order because I don't know, maybe y'all are going to be out on the street. Maybe he lost his job. Maybe now you have to fit the bills on everything.
Mm-hmm.
But just because you're doing that doesn't mean you have to be masculine. You could still be in your feminine while stepping up.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
100%.
Why do you disagree?
I disagree because I think that who's forcing you to be masculine? Are you talking about family members? Are you talking about a failed marriage? Are you talking about I don't know, like a boss? Like, the problem lies in you choosing men that is quote unquote forcing you to be masculine. Now, on top of that, I disagree with what she says about once you find the alpha male, then all of a sudden you're going to be this meek, submissive. That's not the case. You're going to stay in that masculine because A, you're used to it. B, that's how you want to be.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who's coming in and following after all these other men that has forced you to be masculine. You're going to stay in that state because you like it. You get what you want to get from it, and then that's it.
But this is a common talking point amongst like women in the, feminist movement, or women in general, I should say, that it takes a masculine man to make them feminine.
Oh, I hear it all the time.
So here's a wild one. Like, I'm gonna think outside the box. Yo, so men typically make, all right, first of all, the means like average income is what, like
I think it's 50.
50,
I think it's like,
right? At least I know for like Miami it's 50. It's not
Yeah.
50.
Yeah.
So for men, it like we really get into our financial strides in like our 40s and 50s. Right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Deep. So we get into our financial strides like,
kind of late.
well, Henry Ford.
Okay.
Right? So we talking about big money, like big money. So at the end of the day, it's like when we get into our financial strides and we become like certain levels of our own, like, energy, and we're able to do certain things. A lot of stuff is like, a lot of stuff like, it changes, throughout your time. So a lot of women are not as patient to like deal with the man who doesn't know everything, right? And so when we start talking about like relationships and we talk about marriage and things like that, this is why, like, if you're not reading the Bible, don't even talk about marriage, because there's gonna be a lot of things that
I read the Bible,
oh damn, put me on blast.
yeah, but I'm saying, but this is why it's important, right? Because like when you start reading like Abraham and Sarah, you read like Abraham didn't know where he was going.
Okay.
Like Abraham throughout the whole process didn't know where he was going. He was going to city, dealing with different people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he didn't really know. He was just listening to God.
Yeah.
Right. And then Sarah was listening to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when we start talking about purpose, right? Because at the end of the day, money is money, right? You're gonna make it, you're gonna lose it. Money is money, right? But like that person, like when the lights go off, when you die, you can't take none of that money with you.
Yeah.
So then, why are we killing ourselves for the money?
Because
Yeah,
we
I
want to
think
be
that's
happy while we're here on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So when
That's a different topic,
But
but
no,
let's. No, I agree with you, but let's talk. Let's stick on topic though. Let's talk about this masculine versus feminine thing. Like, what does it take, like a man or even a woman to like stay in their quote unquote masculine or feminine? Like,
That's such a hard.
I mean, we have both energies though.
Yeah.
We have both energies.
We have both, but men is gonna have most likely the most masculine. Yeah.
Yeah, you should be, right? Or let's just say
Okay.
that's what it's
That's what it
typically-
should. And nowadays, that's not what it is.
Right.
There's a lot of men that's super feminine.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, there are, but we're not talking about these, man. We're talking about in general. Like, so how does, like, she said, right, in the video, right? She said it's because she had to take the role of a man because basically throughout society, the role of the man was supposed to be the provider, right? Supposed to take care of the woman, but she was the one to do that. So she felt like that put her in her masculine.
So like, who has a harder or easier time making money?
Who has it easier?
Who has a harder time?
The harder
easier time?
Black
Men
men.
has a harder time.
Okay, so
Specifically.
then with that being said, in her situation, she's saying that she had to step up. Oh, so you had an OnlyFans and stepped up?
Wow.
Like, how did you step up? No, but I mean, some people really feel that way, right? Like, some people feel like, yo, I make them bread. I go out here and make this bread real quick.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool, but like, that's not like the normal path, right? So, like, even in today's society, there's things that like are done in ways that like you can make a living, make a life without even needing a dude. Right.
Yeah, of course.
Like you can really do that, right? So then you gotta understand, like when you're asking for masculine energy in your life, you gotta understand like why are you asking it? Like, why do you need it? You know what I mean? Because homeboy may not make all the bread you make, but like, yo, you need something to fix around the house.
Yeah.
You need certain things being done.
But that's the problem right there, because I think masculine energy is being equated to money. And that's it's only being equated to money. So if you can't pay my bills, if you can't take me where I want to go, if you can't buy me,
that's the same thought process that
it's
she
the same
has.
thought
It's
process
financial.
that she said. Yeah.
And that's what, going back to what I was saying. So like when the lights go off, can you take all that? When you die, can you take any of this, all these bags you got? Does the relationships that you cultivate, right, that echo in today's society? Coretta Scott King and Malcolm X, Coretta Scott and Dr. King, like those types of relationships now currently echo, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Martin Luther King was.
I feel you, but at the end of the day, like his work currently echoes in today's society. So what I'm saying to you is like when you start having marriages, you know what I mean? It's like it's really a ministry. Like marriage is a ministry for real.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I agree. But I think
I just think for that lady, and based on her, this is my perception, is that maybe because he could have been a good dude, whoever she was with. And the reason why she had to step into her masculine, I'm doing the quotation marks, is because she wanted to live a certain lifestyle that he was not able to provide to her. He could he could still be providing, but she probably wants more. So she needs to have her happiness fulfilled, and he's not doing that for her.
But some women even lie just to get the guy that they want. So I'm like, I've seen it. So initially they're like, oh yeah, no, I'm cool with that. Oh yeah, I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, that doesn't bother me. But when they reach their threshold, and then once again, back to social media, they see, oh, this person's getting Birkins, this person's getting LV, this person's getting Hermes or Gucci or whatever. Then all of a sudden they're like, no, I can't live like this anymore. You know, my friend, her man is doing this, her man is doing that, her man is doing this. And then all of a sudden you have masculine energy because you're having to provide for yourself when you're upset that the person that you're with isn't providing for you.
Right. But go ahead, I'll let you go.
I was gonna say but women are supposed to provide for themselves, like
yeah.
Well, at least now it's this society, really, right? Before, the woman would stay home until they get married, right? I mean, now the roles are a little bit different, right?
Well, so I'm going to combat with the Proverbs 31 woman, right? A lot of people talk about that. A lot of people with the Proverbs 31 woman, read the Proverbs 31 woman, and it details 31, Proverbs 31. It details that she rises early, she takes care of her house, and she works. It says that she works and helps provide for her family.
Well, work. Let's not take our definition of work and paste it, during those
And
times.
Bible days.
During those
Yeah,
times, it
yeah.
was making rugs, it was making
Yeah.
carpets, but she was still working.
That's
She
still a
wasn't
job.
staying home. She wasn't just taking care of the kids. She was doing all of it,
I would have to
encompassing
do
it.
research to confirm that. Yeah.
I believe Tiffany.
Yeah. No, because like
Read
a lot
the
of
whole
times,
thing.
a lot of times when we read the Bible, we read it with Western eyes, and like our society and their societies are different, so we can't, use our own perspectives.
No,
to,
but
like,
she in the book. She right.
no,
Thank you.
She in right. She in the book.
I didn't say she wasn't right. I'm just saying their interpretation may not be 100% accurate, but I agree. She does work, but
Yeah.
let's not think of it as work like now, like this type of work. Like, you feel me?
So let me ask you a question. If I'm a shepherd, I'm a shepherd. I make money on being a shepherd, and she works with me to like handle the sheep. She's working, B. Like, she's doing the same thing. She's in my business. She's doing what we're doing.
It's not the same.
It's the same, bro.
No, it's
'Cause
not.
if I'm doing
May I
it,
ask why it's not the same?
It's not the same. Like, bro, women were not allowed to own things. Like, how can
She
it
doesn't
be?
own it. She's
wasn't
just
her
working
own.
I'm
under
just
the
saying
owner.
in general,
Yeah.
like, bro, it's not the same.
Okay.
As all I gotta say, bro. It's not.
he don't want to do it.
It's really not. And I would have, like I said, I would have to do more research. But
So Randy, would you want your girl to work?
I mean, it's whatever she want to do.
Okay, then. So
Like-
then why we have this?
I'm not.
Conversation.
I'm not saying that she doesn't want. I want to make enough money where I can give her that option. If she doesn't want to work, I'll be like, I got it. You feel me? But if she wants to work, by all means, do you. Like, because at the same time, like, I know people don't want to stay in the house all day. Like,
That's
you got to
real.
have like a separator between the house and
Yeah,
your family.
and why we do that? Like, why do we treat like our spouses or like our family like worse than we treat like people at work?
Like our bosses?
Yeah.
Because one pays us and one doesn't.
So the moment that they stop paying you, what happens?
You get another
They
one.
get laid off. Like,
What happens if you don't get another one?
Oof.
You see what I'm saying?
We're going
Could
to be
be-
like a
Well-
lot of the people in Cali right now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, but then when all else fails, who you running to? Auntie, mama, cousin, you go into family, you go into relationships. You go to the relationships you know that you can stand on.
Mhm.
So when times get tough, like, oh, yo, there was this thing I saw the other day. It was saying like it was like Harvard, something like really like up there school, and Black students, Asian students, all in the same classroom. Asian students was doing great.
Excelled.
Black students was doing horrible. Try to figure out why. The teacher tried to figure out what was going on.
Mhm.
The Asian students were studying together. So what he did was he now forced everybody to study together, and then all the Black students started doing well too.
Okay.
Now, these are all smart guys,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
But they just weren't, because they weren't working together. And so
Right.
the whole point of it all is, yo, like, we in a relationship, we got to work together, right?
Mhm.
Like, that's just what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the family units, let's get back to that. The Western society tells you got to be X by yourself. But we come from like Africa. We never was on some like, yo, individualistic.
Wait.
type
I
stuff.
didn't
on.
come from Africa though.
Hey, boy, hey, you Haitian?
That would
You
be
directly came from Africa.
I could have been the descendants of the real Haitians, bro. Like, what you talking about?
So you a Taino? You could be still Taino, but
Yeah.
your bloodline still you African, B. Same thing. He don't want, Randy don't want to. Randy don't admit to nothing. I feel you, Randy. That's why I mess with you, bro. You don't admit to nothing, man.
But I
got
think
it.
a lot with our culture
Yeah.
today is really just they see people like Young Miami, they see people that are taken care of. So now all these girls, women, they just want to be taken care of. They don't have any interest in working. They don't have any
I don't
interest
see any
in
problem
doing
with
things.
that.
I gotta.
I have especially if you're relying on your partner to do everything. I have a huge problem with that.
So
That's not being a woman. It's not being in your feminine.
I can't argue with that. Like, I mean, I'm not a
Hey,
woman.
hold on. So I'm saying though, like, so, Randy, like, what would you like ideally for you? Like, what would you want your lady to be?
What do you mean, like be?
No, like, how would you want your lady to be? Like, how?
What's
how
your
does she-
ideal woman, you mean?
Yeah, his ideal situation. You want her not to work. Like, everything's good. Like, it don't matter what it is.
It would be my preference for her not to work because, like,
But what's she doing?
I would I'd lean towards like homeschooling the kids. To be honest with you, like with the school system,
Okay.
it's kind of messed up.
So
So
when that's done, they 21.
at 21, they should do whatever they want. Like,
But what's she doing if she doesn't have anything to start with?
I mean, she doesn't have anything.
She's home loving on Randy.
She doesn't have anything to start with. This is not
Cater
like
to you.
she can.
Cater to
She
you.
can.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand. Like
Me, that's my ideal situation. But nowadays, like, I would prefer a girl who's making at least close to what I'm making in terms of income, just in case, like, she try to divorce me and take the bag, then I won't have to pay a lot.
But why? I'm saying, though, I feel you. But it's like, but you see how all these like stipulations now affect your relationships and who you want to be with.
Yeah.
It's supposed to.
You know what I mean? But I'm saying, but like that's a way that you might miss out on a great girl, and she just want to be with Randy.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
but I
saying?
missed out on all the bad girls that too. Like, you gotta take the good with the bad. Like,
I feel you.
so like there could be a girl that I missed out on, and it is what it is. But if I don't know I missed out on it, I didn't really miss out on it, right?
I just feel like you need to just understand, like, again, like with relationships, it is not static, right?
course not.
Like, it's gonna work for you with this person, it's not gonna work for you with that person, or, you know, because some girls, like, they can be quiet as a mouse, sandwiches on deck, sex on point, and I'm just like, yo, don't work, please, ever, right? But then I have girls that are like, ain't that, you need to be busy. Like, you need to go shop, do something, get away from me. I'm watching the game.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's
Right.
you gotta figure out who you with.
I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like you said, if you're genuine and you're yourself, you attract the person that wants to be with you, and that's how I always felt like.
But what happens? You're not wise enough to know.
Yeah, I'm not. So what you trying to say, man?
Randy's
No, I'm just
wise.
telling you. See, that's the
Randy feels
thing.
like he's wise.
Going
He
back
got
to what
this.
she was saying, you gotta get in your book, understand what a good woman is. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
everybody need to figure that out.
That's subjective to everything.
I mean,
Yeah.
but yo, I'll tell you what, that Bible is proven.
There's some
Right.
fundamentals that
Yeah,
I think.
I mean,
Proven.
Yes.
We've been. When I say it's proven, is because we've been on
bro,
it.
like, what you my pastor? Like,
No,
bro,
I'm not
I
just saying
know
that,
the
man.
Bible, like, bro.
I'm just saying, but I'm saying, like,
I'm telling
it's
you.
proven. Like, we built bridges. We've built whole societies off of those fundamentals, B.
Yeah, I understand, but like, I understand, but I don't get like your premise. So like,
What I'm saying is, like, in order for you to really like understand what could probably work, you should have a foundation of what works, and then now curtail
But he could still be learning. I think we're all still learning.
I mean, what works is different for everyone. Like, what would work?
To you.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
what would work in my 20s is not going to work now. Like, the girls I used to like, it's not happening. You feel me? Like, so for me, like, I'm not trying to be the boss of a woman, say, hey, if you're with me, you got to do X, Y, and Z. But at the same time, you feel me? Like, I have some expectations. You feel me?
What are the expectations, Randy?
My expectations? I mean, you got to be submissive.
Oh, okay.
You feel
Part
me?
one of multiple choice
Part
podcast.
Yeah.
He mentions this.
Yeah.
You gotta be. And what is? And, okay, so she's submissive. What that look like?
Submissive, that means she got to support me. I'm making the decisions.
She supports you.
Yeah.
But what happens if she's supporting you in a different way?
He's not talking about financial.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying not financial. She supports
Okay.
you in a different way.
Yeah, I'm not talking about financial.
But like the support. So sometimes support means, yo, Randy like to lollygag, and she puts a foot in your ass.
Nah, I'm not
No?
that type of person.
But I'm not saying. But I'm
always
saying
on-
that could be support though.
People who know me, I'm always on my grind. I'm always on my grind, like, bro.
Randy said he had grades since he was like 21. Bro.
Yeah, I did. So when I say support, is like, if I'm making a decision, I need you to support
To
me
back
in
you
that.
up.
Like,
Back your
support me in
back.
that
Is
decision.
it okay if she disagrees with it?
I mean, why?
no,
I'm not
hey,
dating
listen.
myself. Like, I'm gonna expect disagreement.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, the man is supposed to be a
She
leader.
needs to be confident enough that you made the right decision as the
Exactly.
man.
Like, I'm gonna take your input, your advice into account, and still make the decision. But the buck technically should stop with me. You feel me?
Mhm.
So when we say support, like for example, like if I don't know, like if I'm gonna buy a house, whatever. I mean, that's a big decision, so I'm not gonna use that. But if it's getting a new car or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, we should get this car," blah blah. I'm like, okay, yeah, your suggestion is warranted, and I understand.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with this.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you honestly. I got a lot of friends who are married. I've gone through a lot. Women are always right. like if she's in
But
your
that's what
bag,
he doesn't want, though.
Nah.
He doesn't want it to be happy wife, happy life. Because in reality,
women aren't
it's not.
always right.
Nah,
It's just that those persons where that happens to them, they're just not. I'm not saying they're not making wise decisions, or the women's are not making wise decision. If they're always right, then there's something wrong with your decision making process. Because if you're always wrong, that means you're.
But all right. So here's the thing, right? So like I'm like ultra masculine, right? So I'm like a caveman. So like in certain moments where like I think back in older relationships, when a girl like tells me something, like I had to realize, mind you, this is about knowing yourself too, right? I had to think about it and be like, yo, like in that situation, yo, she was right. You know, I didn't see it at the time. It worked out exactly how I wanted it to work out, but I went like 5 miles the wrong direction. Shorty could have just, if I'd just listened to Shorty, like, all right. So what I think what happens is I feel like a lot of people don't have like safe words in their relationship. So and I think that you gotta like practice that. Like it's like, yo, like I know, like, yo.
I like that, having a safe word.
Yeah, like it's like if I'm like if you
But then you may have that partner that's super sensitive, and even if you say the safe word, they're like, no, I got this. I know what I'm doing.
But I kind of feel like too with the whole woman and always right thing is a woman that supports you, that respects you, that honors you, that wants the best for you.
Yeah.
Then that's when she's always right.
Right.
Not a woman that wants her way or is only looking out for her own intentions and decisions. Because if you truly care about someone and you see the best in them and you want the best for them, then that's when you're going to be like, that move's not working.
So how do you get to, now here's the bigger question, how do you get to that level of consciousness?
I mean, it comes with knowing the person. I mean, I mean,
Randy, you need to get into the Bible,
bruh. I know more. This guy, I know my Bible, so I know my Bible. So,
another session, we have a Bible study.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, but what I'm saying, I forgot. But yeah.
The masculine and feminine.
Yeah. At the same time, like I understand, you know, I don't know. I just don't like that phrase, "the woman's always right," because that to me that just means that, like I said earlier, you're making the wrong choices. If like someone else have to tell you something and it turns out for them to be right, first of all, the woman is following the wrong person. Like you're a bad leader, because like a leader, I mean, you gotta be right. I mean, like 50% of the time. Like, come on, like, like
So leadership is not about being right. Right. Leadership is about making the choice at the right time.
But it's about being right. Like we can use semantics all we can. Like, bro, like if you're a leader and you're getting things wrong, you're a poor leader. That means you're making poor decisions. Like if I'm leading you guys to whatever, let's say I'm going to, we're out on a run and I'm supposed to lead you guys to the beach, Fort Lauderdale Beach, and I lead you guys to Hollywood Beach. That tells you. Yeah, that's I'm a poor leader.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I got the directions wrong, and we went to the wrong area.
But that could be your process, right? And then so as a leader, like for example, Moses, right? When God came to Moses, he was like, "Yo, I need you to go tell Pharaoh, let my people go." And Moses was like, "Man, so like I don't really speak great English." You know what I mean? He said he wasn't a good speaker. Gave God different like excuses for why he didn't want to do it. So what God had to do was harden Pharaoh's heart for him to be able to be the type of leader that he needed to be for his people. So when you start saying that, yo, I do if I'm a bad leader because I made a bad decision or we didn't get to a right spot, you always got to consider that wrong spot may be what you needed to go through to get to the right spot.
Nah, so, that's not what I'm talking about. But I get what you're saying. But it's still I get it.
And he's like, no.
We're talking about growing pains in terms of your leadership. Yeah, there's going to be growing pains, but we're talking about a leader being always wrong. That's a poor leader. So how much growing pains do you need, like, to be a leader?
Some people, listen, the Bible referred to the we don't Hebrews
got a lot of time left.
Stiff-necked people. We got to get one.
Yeah. Come on, Wayne. I want Wayne to say one last thing before we last.
You're gonna have to come sit right here. Come in the center.
Yeah, y'all said a lot.
You got 2 minutes, man.
My bad. Y'all said a whole lot. It is a whole lot. I was just sitting there listening, but I think at the end of the day, real quick, is that when we're talking about leadership, I think leadership doesn't always mean, that I make the exact right decision. And what is the right decision? I think that's specific to the person,
right?
Because there may be something that I say that we need to do that she may not agree with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I believe it's the right decision for our family moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And the submission part comes when she says, okay, you know what? I don't agree with this,
but I'm going
to go with the flow.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's where I feel like, I don't want it to get into right and wrong, because when we get into right and wrong, I just think that's a matter of opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
But at the end of the day, y'all kind of preach to me, because I think it is, whatever religion you believe in, but, sounds like we all pretty much with the Bible, a lot of the answers is right there.
Yeah.
Facts.
Is in there. And that was that was my takeaway. that was my takeaway from the last 30 minutes or so, is that that's what I need to do. But that's my point.
That's what's up. Well, guys, we've reached the end of the show. All right, guys, do your outros in less than 30 seconds. Go. Wayne, you can start.
Once again, Wayne, aka AJ, music producer, writer. Y'all can follow me at AJ_SMG_ Legacy Elite Music Publishing LLC.
Tiffany J. It's Tiffany J. IG. Great talk.
Alana, you can reach out to me on Instagram at Alana's Got Questions. That's it.
Jerry.
You can, Jerry. I'm gonna change my name to Big Rado, because that was going to spur to me. But and you can reach out. You check me out at Kingside 305.
All right, guys. It's been a pleasure, like always.
Yep.